Are you putting fungus into your soil when you plant your plants? Because if you're not, you should be. And no, I'm not talking about mushrooms. I'm talking about a group of organisms called mycorrhiza. I know mycorrhiza is a strange word, but it represents a group of fungi that are actually like bodyguards for your plant's roots. And these are organisms that naturally occur in nature, especially in wooded areas or places that have really healthy established soil. But oftentimes in the home landscape or in your house plants or in newly planted plants, you actually need to be the one that will add these to your soil, and they will help your plants to establish more quickly and to be more healthy overall. Because what they do is they actually bond to your plant's roots, and then they form these long filaments that look like plant roots, but they're actually longer and finer than the plant roots, and they will reach out and perform a lot of really cool functions for your plant. So they can actually go out and reach water sources that your plant's roots can't find, and this will make your plants more drought tolerant. They also convert certain nutrients and minerals into a more usable form that your plant can more readily absorb. And they can even act like bodyguards for your plant's roots, protecting your plants from things like root rot pathogens that try to attack the roots. And this is something that 40 years ago we didn't even know about, but now mycorrhiza is very mainstream, and there are a ton of products that you can use to get these organisms onto your plant's roots and into your soil. Some products are dedicated mycorrhiza products, and this is their main purpose, is to inoculate your soil with these fungal spores. While other products have mycorrhiza mixed into them. For example, this Happy Frog tomato and vegetable food has mycorrhiza mixed in it, and there are also other products like potting soil that will include mycorrhiza already pre-mixed into it. Now, something important to keep in mind is just because a product says it has mycorrhiza doesn't mean it's necessarily a good fit for you or the plant that you're trying to get it onto. Because there are many different species of fungi that are considered mycorrhizae, but not all of them are actually going to bond with those specific plants that you're trying to target. First of all, there are two main categories of mycorrhiza. There are endomycorrhiza and ectomycorrhiza. Endomycorrhiza actually penetrate inside of your plant's root structure, and they're going to be targeting things more like your grasses, your annuals, and your vegetative plants are going to benefit the most from endomycorrhiza. Ectomycorrhiza are the ones that actually get on the outside of your plant's roots and tend to reach out further, and these are more closely associated with woody plants and conifers and your oak trees and hardwood trees. So when you are purchasing products that contain mycorrhiza, it's important that you turn the bottle or bag around and look at the fine print. Because in order for a company to list mycorrhiza on a package, they only need one species of mycorrhiza in that product, and it may not be the species that you need for your plants. Now, this company is not paying me or promoting me to say this. This just happens to be the one that has the most species or strains of mycorrhiza that I have seen from Plant Success Organics. When we turn this around, these are all of the different species, and it's split up into ectomycorrhiza and endomycorrhiza. Compare that to this Happy Frog organic fertilizer, and the list is quite a lot shorter on this product. And I've seen other products that only contain one or two strains in them, and so the odds of those strains being the ones that are going to bond with those plant roots are quite a lot lower. Now, you'll find mycorrhiza in basically three different forms. Sometimes it will be granular, sometimes it will be a powder, or there is a water-soluble way of applying these to your plant's roots. And that's exactly where you want to put these mycorrhizae when you're applying them. You want them to come in contact with the roots. So when you're planting new plants, you want to sprinkle them straight onto the roots or in the soil that is in direct contact with the root ball. If your plants are already in the ground or already potted, then you can choose a water-soluble form that you're going to mix with water and pour it onto the soil, and that will penetrate down into the root zone. But you'll notice that when you start using mycorrhiza, your plants are going to establish more quickly, be more disease resistant, and be more drought tolerant. Yeah, this is something that you can invest a little bit of money into, and it will end up saving you money on your water bill and on plant replacement costs that would have died otherwise. So yeah, think of it like a cheap insurance policy for all of your plants whenever you're planting.